director of the organization Giffords, of course, an organization determined to combat gun violence. Emma, thanks so much for coming on with us. What is your reaction to this ruling that says bans of guns from getting in the hands of abusers can stand?
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me this morning. So, look, this is a huge relief for women, for kids in this country. It's a big win for common sense gun safety. And the vast majority of Americans across party lines agree wholeheartedly. It's very clear that domestic abusers shouldn't have firearms, right? So this is not a controversial issue in the slightest. And, I think what we saw today is the gun lobby losing. We saw the court ruling on the side of gun safety. And at the same time, I think it's really important to remember that all this decision does is preserve the status quo in this country, right? We have prevented a backslide, but this remains a tremendously dangerous country for women. American women are 21 times more likely to be killed by a firearm in this country than women in other developed countries. And, gun violence, particularly homicides, are the leading cause of death for pregnant people and postpartum people in this country. So we still have a gun violence crisis on our hands that's disproportionately impacting women. But, the Supreme Court today didn't set us back, and that's a big win.
And Emma, are you surprised at all that this is the outcome in this case, given the earlier bump stock ruling?
Yeah, and I think you raise a really important point here, which is that this is a court that has been fundamentally hostile to women and to gun safety measures, right? Just last week, we saw this court essentially legalizing machine guns, which is unbelievable, and it puts all Americans at significant risk. And then, this is the same court that 2 years ago stripped women from, their right to an abortion and reproductive freedom. And so I think while we saw the court, again, preventing a backslide today, we still have a fundamentally dangerous country and a crisis on gun violence for women, and we need to see broad congressional action and our leaders doing more in order to solve that.
The reaction is just rolling in right now. I want to read for you, Emma, what we're getting from Shannon Watts, who's involved with Moms Demand Action, another gun violence prevention group. She writes, the Rahimi case should never have been taken up by SCOTUS. To even question whether domestic abusers should not have access to guns shows just how extreme this court has become. What's your take?
I think that's exactly right. Look, this case should never have been up at all. And the only reason that it was is because of a court ruling several years ago where, the court decided in the Bruin decision that firearm safety laws in the United States needed to be grounded in, the 1700s, right? There needed to be some sort of historical analog. And of course, if you think about this nation in the 1700s, women were not citizens. We were using muskets and, we still had slavery. And so that is not the right framework to be thinking about gun safety, particularly, with the modern NRA and the modern gun industry and its developments. And, I think it's worth pointing out that in this case, the NRA filed an amicus brief where they argued that domestic violence restraining orders are inherently unconstitutional. And if that sounds unbelievable to folks, it's because, the NRA has become an increasingly extreme political organization over the previous couple of years. And, in this case, argued that people shouldn't even be able to file domestic violence restraining orders, let alone, be separated from their firearms after they had been determined to pose a threat to women.
Well, Emma, let me read to you now from the dissenting opinion of Justice Clarence Thomas. He writes, at first glance, these laws targeting dangerous persons might appear relevant. After all, if the Second Amendment right was historically understood to allow an official to disarm anyone he deemed dangerous, it may follow that modern Congresses can do the same. Yet historical context compels the opposite conclusion. The Second Amendment stems from English resistance against dangerous person laws. How do you respond?
Well, I would say that, again, looking at the origins of this country and the 1700s, and where we were when the Second Amendment was written, this is a very different country. We did not have assault rifles. We did not have machine guns. And we need to be creating laws and protections that fit the current status of the United States. And so I think, we saw Justice Thomas a couple of years ago in Bruin providing a very, very narrow and dangerous point of view on gun safety in this country. And I think, what you saw today is the court acknowledging 8-1 that it wasn't appropriate, and that we needed to provide better gun safety parameters for folks that meet the modern day.